My name is Tarek Elatar. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I'm actually in real estate. We own a brokerage back home, big sales team, and a building company as well. The reason I got into Krav Maga is because I was looking, I had experienced in different arts, mixed martial arts, and did a lot of stand-up and ground fighting, and over the course of about 10 years, trained in almost every discipline, specifically for MMA. And when I stopped my mixed martial arts training, I was looking for a system that I thought was reality-based and efficient. You know, upon my research, I came across Krav Maga. I came across the Global Martial Arts University.
Nick Schubert from Ottawa, Canada, and I'm in mental health research. Unlike my training partner, I wasn't as a seasoned martial artist. I dabbled here and there, and I've always had an interest. But it started out as more of a hobby for me, actually, and I was recruited by my training partner, more or less. It was just a general interest. That's what it was. And then as I got more engaged, I just found that it became a little bit more addictive, and it was a lot easier to just stay motivated.
It's very important for us to train twice a week for 2 hours at a time. We always started off with, working basics, 360-degree block, every single training session. That's how we got warmed up. And then from there, we had, depending on the level, we had a day one and day two, right? There's about, 15 to 20 techniques per curriculum. And we had a day one and day two, and we would, on day one, there was the day one techniques, and we would watch the video for one particular technique. When we'd rewatch it, and then we'd go and do it.
Tarek and Nick found a number of sessions per week that was sustainable and that worked with their schedule, and they held themselves to a high standard, and they were disciplined, and they didn't stop. And so that's the first thing, is they had perseverance and they kept going. The second thing that's also extremely important is they actually rewatched the videos every single time that they trained. What's remarkable to me is that they tell me that they're like, we did this one technique for like several months, and then we caught another detail that we were missing. Like, we had heard you say it before, but we realized that we weren't doing it. And I think that's the number one mistake that people make with distance training programs, is they watch the video one time, and then they might be practicing that technique for months and months without rewatching it. And so they might be developing bad habits, and they're just not being intellectually honest, and they're not holding themselves accountable to a high level and how the technique is supposed to be done.
It's a heck of a lot of work, right? And again, training back home, we had to keep ourselves honest and get ready for this exam. We, fought for about 7-8 hours, 2 days in a row. It's a lot of work, right? Not a cakewalk in any way. In fact, it was the hardest martial arts testing that I've ever done, right? It took a lot of endurance, and we really had to be technical.